Walker, R.J. Barrett.
Oh, Kemba Walker. The Knickerbockers at the Romo Fijo tonight, 7 o'clock. So shortly after we get out of here is when your pregame coverage will get going. And then 7 o'clock tip-off. And then they'll be against the Milwaukee Bucks here at home on Wednesday night. We'll be at that game.
Yeah.
It's our big staff night at the Cavaliers.
You
going Poundcake? Are you going to the game on Wednesday?
Can I ride with y'all?
No.
Can you ride? No.
Why would you just ride?
Why would you ride with us? I'm ending the show early because I got a couple of things to do before that. But why would you need to ride with us?
I don't know, because if it's snowing, I'm not going to feel comfortable driving all the way downtown.
All the way.
Are you going to get a ride today from here?
No, but
You have to drive farther home than you would to get downtown.
I understand, but it seems like an unnecessary trip. Like, I have to go home. I don't have to go to a game.
Huh.
But you don't want to go see, like, the studio
No,
tour?
I do. And that's what I'm saying. If you guys were all going.
You don't want to engage in, as Mary would put it, some fellowship?
No, I definitely do, but I don't want to. I just don't like the snow. That's all.
Understood.
So
No, I don't think it's going to be snowing on Wednesday.
Well, then, yeah, I would like to go.
Well, then, did you get your ticket?
I got the email. No, I didn't get it yet.
But you emailed her to reserve a
No,
ticket.
he didn't. No, that's why I'm asking.
No, I didn't do it yet.
No, he didn't do it. He's like, yeah, I did it. If by did it, you mean received an email. Yeah, I did that. You know, I mentioned earlier that they're announcing, a bunch of people are announcing their spring and summer shows. Sammy Hagar and the Circle are coming through to play this summer. Daryl Hall is going on a solo tour. Now, I wonder why that is. Maybe John Oates just didn't want to go out. I wonder if maybe that was the plan, and John Oates goes, I don't want to go out there. Anyway, Daryl Hall solo, and he's bringing Todd Rundgren with him. Todd Rundgren, who this last go-round wanted nothing to do with getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He was doing a show in Cincinnati the night of the induction up here in Cleveland. He said, screw them. But Todd Rundgren has a huge contingent of fans in Ohio. And so Daryl Hall and Todd Rundgren are going to play MGM Northfield Park on April the 7th. And they're releasing, this is all because they're releasing a Daryl Hall solo retrospective. I guess I didn't realize he did that much solo stuff. You ever watch that Live from Daryl's House?
Yeah, it was really cool.
I think that's what it is. I think that the solo stuff is all that show that he does called Live from Daryl's House, where it's just him jamming with other people. It's a lot of fun.
That's kind of the first web, like, that I'd ever heard of, like, a famous person just doing something on their internet for fun like that.
Yeah.
Like, it was, because it was mid-2000s when he was doing that.
Yep. He's been doing it for a long time. And then obviously if you build up that kind of library, somebody will put it on television, which I think is essentially what happened. But so he kicks off the tour April 1 in Chicago. It will get here about a week later, MGM Northfield Park. And not to bury the lead, Kid Rock has announced his 2022 Bad Reputation Tour. And he's taken a rotating cast of openers on the tour. Here in Ohio, we'll get Foreigner, ironically. Kid Rock and Foreigner out at Blossom on August the 5th.
Foreigner's coming here with
Journey?
Journey.
I don't know.
I think they are. Because it's Billy Idol, I believe, in Pittsburgh, but here it's Foreigner.
Yeah.
A lot of Foreigner this year.
Well, if you are a Foreigner fan, I think Mick Jones is the only OG left. They've had Kelly Hansen singing for him for the better part of 20 years now. But it would be weird to be in a band for 20 years and you're still the new guy because the band has been around for so friggin' long. So Kid Rock is going out here in Cleveland. We'll get Foreigner, but he's taking Grand Funk. If you're a listener in another city, he's taking Grand Funk out with him and Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin on select dates. We saw Grand Funk open for Bob Seger on his farewell tour when we saw him in Cleveland.
He really nailed the date of that, didn't he? Because that was, 2019?
Oh, yeah. Right before everything shut down. Did his farewell tour. So if you're a Kid Rock fan and you're not going to let anybody tell you... Well, that's right.
That's probably how it went when he was booking Foreigner for these Ohio dates. So, like, Foreigner's going to be in Cleveland in May. You shouldn't book them again. And then Kid Rock was like,
ain't nobody gonna tell me.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Foreigner's like, we need the check.
That's right. Yep. So he's going to go on tour. He'll wrap the tour, as he usually does, with 2 shows in Detroit, where Kid Rock still holds the records for the most shows in a single season. You know, DTE, which is the Blossom of the Detroit area, is going back to being called Pine Knob. Most of us remember that as Pine Knob. And when it got caught up in like naming rights and things like that, DTE being one of the big energy providers out there, it's going back to the OG Pine Knob name.
This ranch body's DTE down to E, baby.
Some big DTE energy coming off Mary Santora out there in L.A. So Kid Rock, you know, listen, as much as we poke fun at Kid Rock, the dude sells tickets. Right?
Yes.
There's an endless supply of hill rods in this country, and so they're going to love them some Kid Rock. 24 cities.
There's a lot of people that aren't hill rods that like Kid Rock.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Well,
He definitely sustained his career off of that, but there's a lot of people that ride with the early Kid Rock stuff and
yeah,
stick with it.
but he took such a left turn over the year. I mean, it took him a while to get there.
Don't say left turn. He won't like that.
A 180?
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, that involves math. I shouldn't do that either. But, I mean, I saw Kid Rock in like 1993 at Club Soda in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where he was a blonde guy with kid and play hair trying to rippity rap on stage. And so, listen, he knew what side his bread was buttered. So over the years, you know, he's kind of doing the Skinnerd thing now. But I don't know how many OG Kid Rock fans are still going to see this,
In that,
the current iteration of Robert Ritchie.
in his Sweet Home Alabama song, he samples 2 songs. He samples Sweet Home Alabama, but there's another song.
Werewolves of London.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought that
Warren
was coming
Zevon.
on. I was listening to the lake one day, and I'm like, ooh, they're playing Warren Zevon on the lake?
Nope.
I like that. Damn it, it's Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
They
All
got
summer
me.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get you. The press release refers to Kid Rock as Waffle House Legend Award winner, which is funny.
It is very funny.
Listen, Kid Rock knows who he is. He doesn't care, right? So that's fine.
He
So
embraces it.
yeah, those tickets will go on sale Friday morning. Kid Rock and Foreigner out at Blossom on August the 5th. As part of the Northern Ohio Honda Dealers Concert Series. Listen, last time he came through years ago, he had Kool and the Gang or Earth, Wind, and Fire. We were just
I
talking
think it
about
was
this.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep. So depending on where you see him across the country, you can get Grand Funk, you get Foreigner here, you'll get Jason Bonham on some of those East Coast dates. That ain't too shabby. Jason Bonham is going to be through with Sammy Hagar's band. So he'll be through a couple of times. And then it says special appearance by Trey Lewis. I don't know who that is. Is that a country artist, Mary?
I don't know that name.
Trey Lewis.
Aaron Lewis is a country artist, but I don't know.
Well,
Trey
he is now.
Lewis.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He was what lead singer was he?
Stained.
Stained.
Yeah.
That's what it was, yeah.
I'm on the that was his acoustic song that they played so much.
Trey Lewis is a country singer. Okay, so there you go. A little something for everybody there.
Look at that.
Yeah.
A country guy I don't know.
Well, the LA
You're
Times.
slipping, girl. You're
I
slipping.
know. Kelly Mayer's losing touch.
Yeah, you're into that surf rock now and all that Jack Johnson crap.
Yeah.
Dude, I've listened to so much John Mayer since I've been out here.
Well, this Trey Lewis began playing guitar while holding on a job at a smoothie shop.
Oh, goodness. This says...
Have we all seen the video of the guy who lost his gig because he was screaming at a smoothie?
Man.
I didn't
The
know there were.
Robex.
First of all, I didn't know there were Robex in Connecticut. Second of all, this dude who's like a VP at Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, he has like
Walks
a
in-
high up job.
Yeah.
I guess...
He lives in like a $3 million house, and they fired him immediately because this video went viral of him going in and screaming at these girls in aerobics.
Getting racist and then throwing the smoothie at the girl.
Well,
Yeah.
he throws a smoothie, and his statement has been that obviously he regrets the whole thing and he's going to apologize to the girls and blah, blah, blah. But this guy freaked out because his son, and anybody would freak out, his son went into like anaphylactic shock because of some something that the girls
Peanut
put in this
butter, yeah.
peanut butter or
Peanut
whatever.
butter, yeah.
But he
He's
didn't
allergic to
tell
nuts.
them that he had a kid. He asked for according to the girls, he asked for no peanut butter in it. because whatever he ordered had, no peanut butter. Didn't say anything about, hey, please make sure my son has a severe peanut allergy. Didn't say anything like that.
So my guess is they made it with something that had touched peanuts.
It probably had the same scoop. or
Probably,
something
yeah.
Like that.
And that's
Anyway,
what did it.
he gets multiple charges. This is in Fairfield, Connecticut. And he freaks out on these girls, throws the drink, but it always becomes racist. What is that? I know he's a rich white dude, but like, not every rich white dude thinks like, he's screaming at these girls, I'm going to call immigration. Like, these are blonde Connecticut girls, by the way.
Well, like the one girl was, I mean, she looked different, so he's singling her out.
But getting angry and screaming, like, if you think your son, his 17-year-old son, he had to call 911 because his son was suffering anaphylactic shock after drinking the smoothie. All that I get. He required an EpiPen, but that didn't offer him any relief, so they called 911. My son went to the bathroom, threw up, fell unconscious on the floor. Listen, I get being
freaking out over your kid.
Freaking out, terrified of that. He goes back. I was out of my mind with fear for him. I turned to Robex. I wish I had not done so. Anyway, this guy gave up what is probably an amazingly lucrative job over this Robex freakout.
But in that moment, when you think your kid's going to die, are you thinking clearly?
Right, but
You're
why
not.
are you...
But why does it become racist?
Yeah.
And
Why?
why?
Racism, I'm not saying anything like that.
That's why you lose your job. I mean, if you throw a smoothie and you go, oh my God, I am so ashamed and sorry, blah, blah, blah. But this guy was in there screaming at these girls, trying to get in the locked door to the back and like.
Also, which kid? Everybody's got a favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. He lives in a $2.64 million house in South Pier, Connecticut. And he was fired from his job as vice president of wealth management at Merrill Lynch. That's not an entry-level gig. Now, I'm sure some other, investment company will hire this guy because they're like, hey, we like the cut of your jib.
Say more of that stuff, the racist stuff. We like that. That's the part. Yeah.
Call ICE.
But it just always, I said no ice. It's just so weird. And again, I'm not going to play, I haven't edited the video. I'm not going to take the time to do that. And if you haven't seen it, these girls started filming him right away.
He's just losing his mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I get your kid is in, you had a scary moment with your child, but also like just going back to the store, call. Call Robux.
Would you really do that? If your kid was on the floor, cannot breathe.
No. That's not what happened.
That's what he said.
No.
Anaphylactic shock.
No. Listen, what happened was the kid went into anaphylactic shock. They got him to the hospital, and then he went back.
That's what I'm saying.
So
If
you're
your
going
kid-
back. I'm not going back to the
If
situation.
your kid's about to die, you wouldn't be that mad. That
No,
you
I'm
would
not
go
saying I
back.
wouldn't be mad. I'm saying I'm not going back to that store. I'm staying with my kid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving my kid.
When my kid is okay and back at home, then I call Robex HQ or I go into the store or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm also a person that I'm not going in there, even if I'm angry at them, I'm not going in there screaming and yelling at workers that I wasn't clear with about the situation.
I don't agree with you. I don't think that's
noises!
No,
if your kid was on a deathbed,
right, but I'm saying I take
calmly
responsibility.
handle it.
No,
You
I'm
would
saying
calmly handle
no.
it.
I'm not saying that I would calmly handle it. I'm saying I don't go and blame other people in this situation. I know
But
that mistakes happen.
That stuff messes up all the time, though.
Right, but you
It's
have to. There's a difference between saying no peanut butter and I have
an allergic reaction.
allergy, so I need to make sure that you are not using anything that's touched peanuts. That's different.
Food places
I
deal with
agree.
peanut allergies all the time. So they have specific things that, Now, again, all we know is what we saw in the video and but these girls were pretty freaked out. One was like
with
screaming
good
at the dude,
reason.
but I was like, you're watching it and you're going, oh my God, because the girl filming is like hiding kind of in the back behind
Yeah.
the counter, so you hear most of it, but then she kind of peer out. And the one girl, I don't know if she's a manager on duty or whatever, but she was really giving it to the guy. And then he starts yelling about immigration and he's hurling like, oh my, it's so weird.
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
had
weird.
situations where my kids have been in trouble. They've needed me, and yes, you do get worked up over it. But it's also, going to the place that he went to is not a place I would go to. Even if I was upset with those people and I was yelling at them, I'm not going, you're an illegal immigrant, get out, that
No,
kind
like
of
I
stuff.
said, I'm not
Like
excusing that behavior, but I understand.
That's
why
an
But
underlying thing.
you're trying to justify it, and coming from someone who did work in a smoothie place where it wasn't. When
were you screamed at for your choice of ingredients ever?
No, people would come in and there's people that would come in and say, know this or know that, and occasionally we are during rush hour, like we are going really fast and we miss things. People make mistakes, but that's different than someone coming in and saying they have a gluten allergy. We have specific, ingredients for them. Like we have specific, scoops for them.
You have different procedures for them.
So, but you can't necessarily blame it because it's fast food. Like these people who go through fast food,
It's good food quickly.
People who ask no sesame seeds. I'm like, all right, so we have to go to the back and get a special bun for you. Like it's a process. It's going to take longer, or it's going to be wrong. I don't know what to tell you. You cannot hold these people. It is. It's going to take longer.
There's a chance that this might be wrong. But again,
everything is a process.
I know sesame seeds are one thing, but a peanut allergy is so common now that most of these places
But
have.
he should have led with that.
And
I agree.
I
agree.
would like to make that clear. I agree with you that it is his fault for not specifying how severe the allergy was. Because when I go out to eat and I see anything that with shellfish on the menu, I make sure that
you have to do your due diligence.
Yeah,
and I say, can I order this? Is it cooked on the same top and the same area? And if it is, I'll order something else. So yes, that is his fault. But also,
but then when it is his fault, he's not taking any responsibility for how he ordered it. He is just lashing out at people, and that's where I am separating me from him. Is I'm going to take ownership of oh man, I messed up in that situation.
And he probably feels so guilty that he doesn't want to take ownership. Again, not excusing
'cause he's a
what
douche.
he does.
Well, because he lost his gig too.
Well, businesses bend over backwards to accommodate the customer. They really do. I mean, whatever you ask for, again, peanut allergies are common. They probably have their own scoop in the back. They probably even give you a little extra because no one really uses those scoops or anything like that.
They should give you a belt with hooks on it with a variety of scoops,
The utility belt?
Well, but you got to be careful too, because you know how every so often there'll be a cop that's I thought I was reaching for my taser and I reached for my pistol, and that's why that guy's dead. They'll be I thought I reached for my unmolested scoop, but it was my peanut scoop. Yeah, the guy says he's going to, he feels awful. He's going to contact Robex Corporate, and he's going to go back and apologize to those girls that were on duty there. Peanut Butter Shock, the newest flavor from Squire Schnapps. Somebody said.
Squire Shock!
It's pretty good. Sounds delicious. So, yeah, again, but it always, when people get angry, it's like they burn out quickly on the anger that brought them there in the first place, and they go right to, I'm still angry, let's fill it with racism or
Right, and that's
Jews, the
that's
gays.
what it shows.
It's so strange.
He's got other issues going on for sure.
Bring out the gays and the Jews.
Or they're just trying to say the most hurtful things that they can. That he's so angry he wants to be as mean and as rude and as terrible.
Oh, let's go, Brandon. Great job putting the peanut butter. This is why we can't get anything done because no one wants to work. Huh?
Well, 3 girls in there, so he's not going to hurl Brandon at him, but I take your point. Boy, I thought it was bad enough when Mary was a sex offender. Now she's like a...
I am not...
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
You're
co-signing.
I'm saying that he's upset because his kid is sick. Okay,
Yes.
I get that.
Right, and he's
That's his kid's fault.
Stop cutting me off. I'm saying that I understand that he's upset that his kid is sick. He's probably feeling so guilty for not specifying it that he's trying to put it on anybody else because he feels like a terrible parent. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying that anything he did was justifiable or in the right. I'm saying I get why he was so mad at himself to act that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, I get you're
I'm not
explaining
saying,
it.
Cool, great, keep doing that. I'm saying he's probably
He's mad at
feels like
himself,
the
and that's
worst
why he
parent
was
in the
lashing
world.
out, and so
Yeah. It's not okay
and
what he
he's
did.
yeah, and he's just a total because he doesn't know how to take responsibility
Right.
for his own
He
actions.
almost killed his kid. Imagine how you would feel if you almost killed your kid. You're gonna
Again,
look
which
for
one?
Anybody, yeah, you're gonna look for anybody to blame.
Oh boy, I really gotta get into a break here. But listen, if you want to get the last word, shoot me a text 35192. Your Cavs pregame is on the way at 6:30, and another chance for you to get yourself $1,000 and go fund your